What's going on, guys? Today we are going to do this mixed media street project. I will add some time markers so you know exactly what you can skip to once you figured out how to do things. Those of you at home are going to be doing this using just white paper. So if you have just white paper, you can color in your sections on the front, and then you can color them in on the back. And what we're making is, so we have a background sheet of paper. We'll use that as our background. And then we're going to do a series of houses and things of that nature on the front. So we have this paper here. We will fold to figure out how it is going to be perpendicular, straight up and down, because we are going to make a series of houses. And houses, when you look at them on the street, they're not all wonky this way, that way. They're usually straight up and down. So we have that fold, then we have a nice fold to cut with. And you can just use whatever you have around the house to cut with if you're at home. If you do not have a scissor, reach out to me, let me know. We will try to get you hooked up with one. If your mom has a pair of scissors in the kitchen for cooking, like shears, that could work. And what we are basically going to want to do is make a series of houses. We want to do 3, maybe 5 houses. So you don't want to go much thicker than your scissors themselves. In fact, I may cut this one down a little bit more. If it's not perfect, that's fine. We want to make it look as nice as possible, though. It's kind of a tall building. Maybe that'll end up being like an apartment building or a walk-up brownstone kind of thing. I'll show you what it looked like. Here's this one that I got. I made myself out of white paper. So basically we're cutting out a square or a rectangle. And then we're going to position them here. And then we are going to bend them over. So if you're doing your own, like I said, we'd color the front. Figure out where your bend over is going to be, in the color a little bit on the back. See, I didn't color the whole thing, just where I thought it was going to be. And a little trim. Be straight across so it looks kind of like a door. You want different heights. You have something with different heights that makes it more interesting. I will trim this one here down lower. I like the way this one looks. Then we are actually going to want to draw windows and things of that nature. For instance, here on this building, I think I want like a walk-up. So it's yay wide. I'm going to do a walk-up kind of thing with stairs. And it will look like it's going up if it gets smaller as it goes up, like it's going further away, because things that are closer in the foreground are close. Things that are in the background are further away. So this is a little exaggerated, but we're not going for something that's super realistic here. It's almost like a maquette of what a main street or what a street in your neighborhood might look like. And we get this piece and we just cut. Nice to practice our cutting skills once again. so. Put that down there. Maybe form some kind of a door. Door might be looking like that. And it might be a red door. And take that opportunity to add color. Remember, if we're cutting it out, we don't necessarily need to stay in the lines. We can go a little bit outside. It's not going to be a huge deal. And then everybody got a glue stick. And this is just a demonstration. Obviously, if I was actually doing the finished product here, we would cut that off. We can think about windows. The big round ones at the top. Remember that trick from when we learned about the houses? I like to go really dark around all of my black exterior lines that outline things, and go a little bit lighter on the inside. Cutting technique once again. We're doing all of the control and movement with the hand with the piece of paper. So we very slowly open and shut our scissor, and then all of the controlled cutting is actually happening from this non-scissor hand by turning the paper. If you don't end up having something come out perfect the first time, you can try again. Something like that. We can begin to think about what's going on the top of our rooftop. We can think about shingles. Shingles might be a series of U's. Notice I took it off of my background paper because I did not want to mess it up. It could be a series of U's, and then we could put some of those up there. We could do bigger arced windows. We could do square windows. We could do something that looks like a flower planter. Then we could actually go back and add in flowers. So we can cut out this green. We could add in flowers. I'm going to go back in and finish this up. This is the general idea of the project, and we are going to come back when we're towards the finishing part, so we can talk about some finishing aspects and what I want your project to look like.